Ladies and gents, the nightmare's happening all over again. There is now a second national shortage of PPE, personal protective equipment, in the US. Would you believe that in late July, we would regress back to late March? Once again, frontline workers are in desperate need of PPE supplies like masks, gowns, and gloves. How could we be so short-sighted and stupid? Sadly, this is due to the Trump administration's abject failure and ineffective leadership to enforce the 1950s Defense Production Act, a move that would have enabled us to produce emergency supplies early enough during a national health crisis. With the U.S. now exceeding 66,000 new COVID cases per day, frontline workers desperately need PPE more than ever. It's a problem that experts say could have easily been avoided. Due to the criminal action of the current administration, the infection rates are going off the charts, and the human carnage is stockpiling. Soon, there may be no room left in cemeteries, and we may have no choice but to turn the riverbanks of our society into the pyres of Varanasi and burn the bodies. Get ready. We are in for a long and dark winter of the coronavirus. Second national shortage of personal protective equipment in July? Are you serious? Grossly pathetic, incompetent, yet true. A former Defense Department official stated the Trump administration lost months by not acting early on with the DPA, making it impossible for PPE supply to keep up with demand. Only 19 companies received contracts under the Defense Production Act to produce emergency supplies, including 600 million N95 face masks and respirators. But the reality is, the effort wasn't enough, and it started far too late. Only about half the masks ordered will be delivered by the end of the year. Now, with cases surging over 66,000 on average per day in 38 of 50 states, the IHME has updated its projection that COVID-19 deaths will surpass 224,000 by November 1st. On July 17th, we hit a new U.S. daily record of 75,230 new cases. Alabama, Florida, and North Carolina all reported large increases in COVID-19 deaths this week. Florida, yet again, has set a new staggering record of 15,299 cases. This is a new record for any state in the country, and even eclipses the worst rates in New York in April. These new figures were released one day after Disney reopened in Orlando. While all of this time, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declined a statewide mandate on mask wearing. Texas set a new record of 10,745 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday, and also for total number of COVID hospitalizations. Top disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci criticized early lockdown easings, correctly stating the data in these states on infections did not support the move. So far, 148 nurses have died from coronavirus simply because they did not have the proper PPE. And the actual death toll of frontline workers, nurses, EMTs, doctors, we may never know. While some large hospitals have enough, small physicians, assisted living communities continue to have trouble getting the PPE they need. Also, demand is likely to outpace supply as schools and businesses continue to scramble to get the protective gear. But amid the winter of darkness, there are rays of hope. anti-sewing squad, now nearly 1,000 strong, has built a national army of volunteers called Sewing Antis, who create hundreds of thousands of cloth masks to send to communities in dire need of PPE to cities around the country, and who coordinate strategic caravan shipments to Navajo Nation across the border. The PPE Relief Initiative, a nonprofit created and run by a COVID-19 survivor, Gary Rollo, has spearheaded to get an effort underway to get PPE to healthcare workers. Currently, they have a crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe to raise $30,000 to give PPE kits to 400 healthcare workers. Eligible healthcare workers can apply for PRI kits. This is a rare modicum of good news amid the denials and deflections of the Trump administration, seeking to distract attention away from its failures that likely have already killed his re-election hopes. As he falls behind Joe Biden in double digits, the president is now throwing a desperate Hail Mary pass by reluctantly claiming on Twitter that masks are patriotic after refusing to wear one for months himself, save few rare occasions. Although in the middle of the pandemic, he'd rather spend his time in the Oval Office posing with a can of beans. We are a country in desperate need of new leadership. We need PPE now. We need PPE now. Will we ever get a handle on our PPE? Leave your comments below. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?